Hey,
Exactly.
All right, guys, welcome to Morning Minutes with myself, Michael Burgio, Mark Novak, and special guest Ray Price here today to talk money.
Money.
Finance, the myths, the misconceptions, what's happening in the marketplace, tips and tricks, and sort of what to watch out for. So welcome, Ray.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, g'day, Amal. G'day, Andrew. G'day, Nikki.
hey, Amal. It's a big one, hey, because I guess, with property, money's important in so many reasons, not just after you've purchased the property, but obviously before you've purchased the property, personal loans. There's so many facets to finance. It's not just the mortgage for buying of the property. There's your behaviours before, there's your behaviours after, and financing comes into all those things. So we wanted to have someone to talk a little bit about that.
And Ray, do you want to introduce yourself? What do you do? Where are you from? What company? Just a bit of a 10-second blurb and we'll get straight into it.
Very quickly, I've been a mortgage broker for nearly 10 years now. I started on the Northern Beaches with Aussie Home Loans. I'm now in the beautiful Parramatta, Australian financial market, but I travel all over Sydney to see the clients.
Beautiful, beautiful. Parramatta's changing, isn't it? What's happening out there?
It's amazing.
All right, Mark, so let's fire in. G'day, Chad on Insta. Hope you're well, bud. Fabiano, fabulous cleaning legend.
We gave
on
Fab
social,
nice
Fab is.
Fab got a good rap yesterday on social, actually, if you missed it, Fab.
Yes.
Doing well. He's got a great business.
All right, let's rip in, Mark. What do you want to ask Ray? Where do we start?
So, Ray, tell us about what, obviously the obvious thing is a home loan and what people are going to do for the home loan. And we do talk about that a lot. But if it's someone that's really young, so getting into the market, what are the parts, like if we just entertain that aspect, what sort of financial things do younger people have to do? So coming out of the gates at 18, you're most likely not going to be buying a property, you're going to be saving for a deposit. But what are the things that for as someone getting a loan that they're going to need, as in, what habits should they start forming? What habits should they not start forming? Researching. Tell us about that. Like, what are the mistakes you see?
Okay, so the first mistake I would see, talking about their habits, would be that they don't have any credit habits. So the first thing I would do is I would open a credit card with the bank that you're looking to do the home loan with, whether it be in 5 years or 10 years time. That at least opens your credit file.
Wow, that's an interesting one. I've actually never had that advice. That's great, actually.
Even if it's $1,000 credit card.
Yeah.
ANZ, for example, will only take on a new customer to 95% if they've had 6 months worth of credit product with them. Credit card, personal loan, car loan through a standard finance. So that's one. The other myth that I'd like to bust about first homeowners is that you don't actually need 20% deposit. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. Firstly, you can use the first homeowners, the bonus that the government's got at the moment, so you don't have to pay LMI.
There's a couple there, isn't there, first homeowners?
Yeah, so up to $650,000, you don't pay stamp duty. Okay, so you buy anything up to $650,000, as long as you're going to live in it, you don't pay stamp duty.
How long do you have to live in it for?
You need to live in it for 6 months in the first 12.
In the first. Okay, so if it's got a tenant in place for a couple of months, that's
Not
okay when you buy it, as long as within the first year, you've lived in it for the full 6 months, or can you move in at year 11, month 11, and then 6 months?
I don't work for the Office of State Revenue, but I do know that they don't check the stamp duty until 12 months. So if you were to move in 11 months' time, if you had a tenant, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. But the gist is moving in on the first 12 months.
Correct. And it's an owner-occupied property.
Now, I'm loving this this credit card one. Are there any other tips or tricks like that one? Like, that was a great one. So that you're a random, they don't know you, but you've now got this credit card that you consistently pay off. That as soon as it's due, you pay it off.
100%.
There's a great credit rating, particularly with a bank that you like, a big four bank.
Look, it can be anyone. It can be anyone.
But it's a good reason to have a credit card with a big four bank, because your odds of going with a loan with a big four bank may be a bit better when that time comes.
I'm not a massive fan of the big four, but you need to open your credit file with something, and a credit card is a perfect start. Give yourself $1,000 limit, spend money on it, use it, and pay it back before it's due. That will then give you a credit rating. and then you're not damaging it in any way, shape or form. Make sure you use the
Okay.
credit card responsibly. Don't overspend.
Okay, great. Now you just said something there as well. You're not a fan of the big four.
Yep.
Why is
Well, I'm a loyalty type person, Mark. I don't know about you, but I'm a loyalty type person.
Like
I've
a
been
dog,
with,
yeah.
like exactly like a Labrador, like a pit bull. I don't know. So I am loyal to those who are loyal to me. I've been with the Westpac Bank since I was 17 years old. Did it give me a better interest rate when I applied for a home loan? No.
Yeah. Probably gonna be worse.
They gave me a ridiculous interest rate. And when I became a mortgage broker, I realised how bad it was. So what the mortgage broker does is opens your lending up to over 30 different lenders at no cost to you. So you can go to ING, you can go to Bank West, you can go to Pepper, you can go to Latrobe, you can go to Resimac. There's a million different options out there. Well, probably not a million, but over 30 that I've got for you. The other important thing when you're looking at buying a first home, Mark, is the banks have a policy on what's called genuine savings. You guys heard of that?
Yeah.
No, never.
Just heard.
Never done that in my life.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different things.
In all honesty, Ray, I'm actually, and I'm happy to admit it, never been a good saver, never been a good genuine saver.
Me either. But can I tell you a trick around that?
Yeah,
please.
Okay. So if you get a gift, if you put it in the bank for 3 months, once it's been in the bank for 3 months, as long as it's 5%, that qualifies as genuine savings. So your parents can put it in the bank for you.
Yep.
This is completely off the record. Of course, no one's listening to this, are they?
Not at all.
And then after 3 months, that qualifies for genuine savings.
Is there different banks that have different sort of timeframes? Like are all banks 3 months, or some second tier lenders 1 or 2 months? Is there any way around that? Especially if a client, if someone, a lot of agents watching this who are generally sort of quarter by quarter comp structure where we're broke and then boom, 30, 40 grand or whatever.
Talking you specifically?
Yeah.
I think just to rehash, guys, very quickly, sorry, but if anyone who's just dropped in to start watching, Ray Price, great mortgage broker, talking about loans and the aspects of loans that are not really spoken about, the uncovered. So, sorry, back to your question, Michael.
Giving away the bank's secrets. So what was your question? So, genuine savings. There are banks that will actually do 95% lend with non-genuine savings.
Beautiful. And
so you don't actually have to have, they are second tier, they're third tier.
Yes.
The interest rate's a little bit higher, somewhere in the low 4s, 4.1, 4.2, but not a great expense. But you don't have to have genuine savings. So you can buy a property and your parents can just come up with the 5% and the funds to complete a settlement.
Which is big, especially in the market where it's a rising market. So every month counts. Like we've seen stats that we're predicting, the economists are predicting a 20% growth this year for property. It's already gone up 8%. So the ability, you may be paying 1%, 1% extra, but if you can buy the property 2 months, 3 months quicker, you could be saving a lot more. And Ray, you can just refinance after 6 months. When could you refinance that?
Well, firstly, you're absolutely correct. The market could move 5% in the 3 months that you put those genuine savings in the bank, right? So all of a sudden, those genuine savings have gone back to zero again.
Yep.
You can refinance that home loan once the property has gone up 20%, or once you've got 20% equity in the property. So the only reason you wait till you've got 20% is so that you don't pay lender's mortgage insurance.
Yeah.
So if the property goes up 20% in the first 6 months, refinance, bang, away you go. No lender's mortgage insurance, you're in the property game.
And that's the balance buyers have to make, going, yes, mortgage insurance. What is it on a 650 loan? 10 grand, 15 grand?
Well, it depends on the loan to value ratio. So at 81%, it's probably 1,000, but at 95% on a $700,000, $650,000 loan, it's probably 20,000.
Okay, so there it is, 20. But if the market goes up another 15%, you're making 90,000, but it does cost you 20 grand. But you've just got to weigh it up in that short term, where you structure it and just seek correct advice.
Yeah. So the point I'll make about everything that I say, sorry, Mark, speak to your mortgage broker. Don't speak to your bank. Get some advice from someone who actually knows the policies inside and out.
Yep.
I settled $7 million worth of loans in January myself.
That's supposed to be a month when most people aren't working. I think we had our biggest January, December was huge. And
so if you speak to someone who knows what they're talking about, don't walk into the bank because they'll see a dollar sign on your head and they'll.
Is that why you just got a brand new BMW, Ray, yesterday on Sunday?
I can neither confirm nor deny that at the moment, Mark.
Now, just a question, Michael. Ray's a mortgage broker. The heading for today is on our social media.
Your mind is trained that you can't get a loan, but you can. So I had a good friend of mine who they had a lot of bad debt for frivolous spending. Initially, basically just go through that journey of where he was thinking, because over the last 5 years, a lot of debt, not many missed payments, but just a lot of volume.
Yep. So busy credit file.
Busy credit file. Was under the assumption wouldn't be able to get a loan. All that paid off and was able to get pre-approval within like weeks of it being done. So with a busy credit file,
you'd always get that, Ray. You'd always get people coming to you, and before they've come to you, they've just thought this is impossible. They come to you, you say this is possible. They go, what? We can do this. You go, of course.
I sit in people's lounge rooms 2-3 times every day. They've already thrown their hands up in the air. They think, I can't refinance. I can't do what I want. And I can sit down and show them on a piece of paper how we structure it so that they can either move forward now or put a plan in place so they can move forward in 6 or 12 months. But I see it every day, Mark.
What are the tips you give, or do you see something common there that someone watching could sort of start to look at themselves?
In regards to a busy credit file?
Yeah, busy credit file.
And a purchase?
And a purchase.
Yeah, so there are lenders out there right now, Pepper, Resimac, Latrobe, that don't care about your credit file.
Okay.
They don't care how busy it is. They'll look at the loan and you'll get put through to an assessor and they make a decision on the human level. They don't care.
Okay.
It's not going to be a 2.79% interest rate, but it's going to be in the threes and you're going to get the property.
Interesting.
Because, right, it's one of those things where I think a lot of people out there, I dare to say 90% of people out there are pre-programmed that they're not eligible for a loan, particularly the last couple of years of how everyone talks about how hard it is to get a loan.
Yeah,
and then they get opposite you, and you're like, but I think to get opposite you,
who do you think's doing that pre-programming, Mark?
The
marketing of the banks.
Yeah, the big four.
Wow.
You can only come to us for your home loan. You've had a Dolomite saver since you were 14 years old. Come back when you're ready, but you can't get a loan just yet.
Yeah. And a lot of that's been pushed. Originally started from APRA. Instead of putting the interest rates up, they've spooked the market. And then that's done the same net effect.
Sure.
Well, okay. So, Ray, obviously you've been here for 10 years. The last 3 years, all we've heard about is how hard is it to get money. From your point of view, is it? How many, if you look at 5 years ago, if you were getting 10 applicants, for example, would 8 get through on a general term?
That is a complete.
And what about now? Yeah.
So what about absolute now? 30. I started in the mortgage industry, Mark, you'll remember this, in 2010, 2011, just after the financial crisis.
Yeah.
It was our busiest time. That's right. I popped my first loan. So it was the toughest market for real estate agents that you would ever know. But mortgage brokers were flat out because people still wanted to buy property. People still wanted to refinance. It's our busiest time. The reason I've chosen this industry is it's because it's drought resistant. If prices are up, prices are going up, people are buying. Prices are going down, interest rates are low, people are refinancing. So it's an industry that's really drought resistant. And once again, I just encourage everyone just to talk to your local broker, talk to me, ping me, get some advice.
And difference between broker and bank, just a real simple one for everyone out there if they don't know. What's the difference between walking into CommBank?
Okay.
Won't they get me the same deal you get at CommBank, or what is it?
Yep. So take ANZ, for example. You walk in, well, any of the big four, but I'll start with ANZ because I think I wrote $3 million worth of loans with them that last month.
Okay.
So you walk into the ANZ bank, what they're looking to do, they've got a dollar sign on your head. They want to get a percentage of your wallet. So they want to get as many products into your wallet as they can on that one visit. Credit card, personal loan, car loan, whatever it is, life insurance, car insurance. They're looking to get a percentage of your wallet. They've got a dollar sign on your head. The difference between a mortgage broker and I can actually get a better deal than ANZ as well on an ANZ product. that what a mortgage broker can do is show your loan without exposing your credit file, but speak to people about your loan and find you a better deal. And if ANZ is the best option, well, I probably settled more with ANZ last month than the local branch manager did anyway.
So you got more borrowing power.
I've got more borrowing power. I'll get you 0.10, 0.1, 0.15, an extra discount off what they can do anyway.
Interesting. Ray, Jeff has asked, who is your aggregator, Ray?
My aggregator is AFG.
They're big boys.
Australian Financial Group. What's an aggregator?
Yes.
Yeah, so an aggregator, I think they're the biggest in the game. An aggregator is the software that we use to approach the lender to submit your loan. So they'll have all of the lenders that I can deal with on panel, from the very dirty third tier all the way up to the big four.
Okay. Lisa asked, Ray, an ex-employee of Novak, tell us about those days, Ray. What was it like?
Lisa Novak.
10 years ago.
The dim days in the old.
What a bite in that.
What is that?
Jesus.
Did you even have mobiles back then? How did you do stuff?
Actually, Mark, I've got a very specific comment to you about this one.
Novaton.
We were never allowed on Facebook in your office. I think you remember there was a couple of people lambasted for being on Facebook on their computers, and one Novikov got them in trouble.
Oh wow! How times have changed.
How things change.
Now our business is Facebook.
Can you believe that? Ray, thanks very much.
No problem.
One question that I'm left with, if I may ask, I know we're going over time a little bit, but you did mention that you don't send much to the big four. And I know I did ask you, but I just wanted a bit more on that.
Sure, I'll tell you exactly why. The big four, as a mortgage broker, you'll use the big four for policy, okay? Not for interest rate. So, for example, if you've got a casual person or someone who's a real estate agent who gets their commission quarterly, or a car salesman, you may have a very specific policy with a very specific lender like ANZ, CBA, NAB, that none of the other lenders have.
And so policy are just like rules, like you must have a 3 month saving, just for layman's terms. Yeah, just so like the rules attached with that loan can be quite a lot.
So every time you put a loan to a bank, they've got a set of boxes that it needs to tick to get the assessor to approve. Okay. I need to make sure it fits those boxes for the assessor so that he can tick it, because if he doesn't tick it, then we're in an argument.
Yeah, okay. And the second tier is a bit more flexible, less
look, the second tiers are your INGs, your Macquaries, your Suncorps. They're actually very strict around a lot of this stuff as well. It's your third tier that you can do most flexible. Your low docs, your credit impaired, your Pepper, your Liberty, your Latrobe, your Resimac, those sort of people. If you've got a problem, then we don't start at the bottom. We start at the top, and then we try and get you. If you fall, so
are you going to take a real call, Ray? You're going to take a real deal.
Do you want me to take a real life call?
Yeah, do a real deal.
This is awesome. This is like
this is ready. Here we go.
No, it's my personal phone. It's not my work phone.
But also, the irony is, don't the big four own those 30 lenders anyway? I put a chart in there. Christian Stevens on LinkedIn had it the other day. Basically, the big four own all.
Who's Christian Stevens?
I broke her on LinkedIn. He had a really good graph. I'll share it with you. It's very interesting, just to show the dominance. But at the end of the day,
the big four own a lot of the second tier, but they don't have a lot of footprint in the third tier.
Okay. So if you really don't like them, look at the third tier.
And also the big four own some of the aggregators that you know. They own Aussie Home Loans.
Yes.
CBA owns that.
So if you didn't want to go with the big four and you want to go third tier, if you have a good enough application that could get you a loan with tier one, can you get the same rate at tier three? Or if you have a good app, you just don't go to tier 3 or 2. Or if you really like ING
on social
and you
media
have
wondering
an A-grade applicant, can you still go there and get you 2.79? Or do they sort of really stick to their section?
Sorry, Mark, I asked a question in the middle of that. But what we do is we always look for the best interest rate, which is in the second tier normally, not the first tier.
Can you hear, Mark? I think my AirPod died.
Yeah, I can hear. I'm just wondering what this tier talks about. I don't know what the tiers are about.
So tier 1, big four.
Got it.
Okay, tier 2 is your banks, deposit-taking institutions that are APRA regulated.
Got it.
Tier 3, non-APRA regulated and subprime lending.
They sound fun and expensive.
No, they're not fun. They're not expensive. They're fun. And
Right.
then you've got the lowest tier, tier 4, which is actually private funds.
Oh, I've never heard of tier 4. So
There you
is
go.
that more for commercial companies, or is that for average?
100%. So let's say, for example, you own a commercial property and you want to get some mezzanine finance or an overdraft on that commercial property, second mortgage. That's where you'd go for that.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add out there, Ray, that can add value to the clients for other agents or buyers out there? Any last tips?
My only tip is speak with a mortgage broker.
Okay. And then
It doesn't have to be
direct
me. You can get me on Mark or Lisa's Instagram.
Yep.
But speak with your mortgage broker. Have a conversation. Don't be afraid to tell your mortgage broker the truth, because we don't get paid unless the loan settles. So if we take it to the wrong lender and it gets declined, we don't get paid. And you don't pay us a cent of your money. So why wouldn't you go to a broker?
So good advice. Don't lie to the broker.
Be honest, and we can have a discussion about where we're going to go.
Yeah, they're not there to judge you because they want the deal to go ahead. If the deal doesn't go ahead, they don't get paid. So think of that when you give them information. And as we've said in many morning minutes, like it's all about shaping your application. And as long as you give all the information to the broker, the broker will decide. Yeah, then they'll give you the advice.
The broker doesn't show everything to the bank for a reason. The broker decides what they show to the bank. Nothing illegal, nothing immoral. It's just a matter of not showing the bank what they don't need to see.
Yep.
Oh,
Anything else, Mark?
Darting around those words, Ray. Darting around those words.
I've been doing it for 9 years, mate.
Ray, you're a natural. Today was amazing. Thank you.
My pleasure. And I'm happy to come back anytime, mate.
Awesome. And if anyone's got any questions, post them in below. Michael, anything over to you? Anything?
No, all good. My AirPod's about to die, so I take it out to charge. So,
which means my AirPod's about to die because that's his AirPod.
So that's a wrap, guys. Any questions? Pop in the messages. We'll share. We'll get Ray's details in the comments as well, and we'll tag him in the post so you can contact him.
Maybe I can get some business cards on your reception too.
Yep, not a problem. He's got a bunch here that we can have.
Sounds good. And the big message from today is don't be gun shy to talk to a broker, because and again, I firmly believe this. I reckon about 90% of Australians are gun shy and even asking for a loan at the moment. I think, and again, we've been nurtured to think like that, like Ray said. So I think it's healthy to do a health check on your finance, on yourself, on potentially getting a loan. It's not an opulent thing to do. It's a necessary thing to do, to always check up on your finances.
And if you have a broker and you put a loan in place, he'll contact you every 2 or 3 years to make sure that your home loan is healthy.
100%. But it's not a. It's actually a healthy exercise. It's a
100%. And we don't charge for it.
Yeah, it's like jumping on the scale. You know what I mean?
I don't do that very often.
Yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Are you going to mention hair? Are you going to mention hair next? Or?
It's like doing your hair in the morning. Just having stabs on your mouth. Leave the ball after the
You're
line.
worse than Lisa, mate.
You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Anyway, that's a wrap.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Cheers, guys. Thanks, Mark.
Nice to meet you all.
Bye. See ya.
We're still live.
Oh, we're still live.